Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of season 2 of our Advanced English podcast. We are very happy to have you here with us as we head into this newest season. As a reminder, we post new episodes every week on Mondays and Wednesdays. And if you're new to our channel, we have over 20 episodes already in season 1 that I'm sure will keep you busy until our next episode. Our last episode, we chatted about having a rough morning. And today we are choosing to talk about having a smooth morning. So, the difference between a rough and a bad morning, or a smooth and good morning. Perfect for those of you who have had a hopefully quiet and easy start to your day, waking up refreshed and moving through your morning routine with ease. We'll explore some great phrases and vocabulary in both American and British English side by side, and this will be great for discussing those easygoing mornings.
Yes, if this is your first time on our channel, welcome to High Level Listening. I'm Mark, the British voice on High Level Listening, so I'm from the UK. Kat, meanwhile, is the American voice, and we're two experienced English teachers from different parts of the English-speaking world, and we decided to start High Level Listening to give students real English vocabulary and expressions, and to help students understand the differences between British and American language and culture.
We are so grateful for all of you who have joined us here on High Level Listening, especially those who have joined us as a member here on YouTube. You can click join or check out the membership tab to become a member. All members receive PDF transcripts of every episode to help take your studying to the next level with every single word ready to go.
So, yes, as Kat mentioned, today's topic is all about a smooth morning. Smooth here means that everything went really well. We had a good morning. So we woke up with lots of energy, we got ready quickly and easily, and we headed off to work feeling ready for the day ahead.
In season 2, we are sticking to our normal teaching method. I'll start with my American script about this topic, filled with phrases, vocabulary, expressions, even some grammar, and something you'd hear probably when chatting with an American friend.
And likewise, I'll make the script in the same way, but in a more British style. Both of our scripts will have basically the same meaning and the same story, but because there's two, you'll get to hear a wider range of vocabulary, and you might also hear some differences between the way Americans and British people speak English.
After our scripts, we'll go through them line by line to explain the key vocabulary, the important grammar points, and some expressions. That way, you'll feel more at ease and confident in your English skills, and you'll be able to discuss your own smooth mornings using similar phrases.
Okay then, let's get started. I will ask Kat the lead-in question. How was your morning?
I can't remember the last time I slept through the entire night. I've been trying to make a conscious effort to wind down a bit earlier at night, and it's paying off. I drifted off to sleep and woke up just before my alarm went off, feeling really refreshed. The kids were suspiciously in a good mood, too. There must be something in the water, or maybe it's a full moon. I don't know. So, get this. For once, they packed their bags and sorted out their clothes the night before. So we actually left the house on time? Imagine that. Even the drive to work was a breeze. I don't know. I hope we can keep it going. So that was my American script. Let's listen to Mark's British script.
I actually woke up feeling really well rested this morning. It was lovely. Maybe because I made a point of putting my phone away early last night, and I think that helped my brain properly switch off. I slept through the night and woke up feeling really refreshed. My eyes just popped open, and I basically sprang out of bed. Thankfully, the kids were nice and cooperative this morning during breakfast, and so we left the house on a really positive note. I felt like there wasn't even a single car on the road on my way to work, so I arrived in good time. Now I'm here in the office, wide awake and in good spirits. If only every morning was like this. Okay, so now you've heard the two scripts. Like we promised, we'll go through each line and explain some of the most interesting and useful vocabulary and expressions. We'll start with Kat first. How did you sleep?
I can't remember the last time I slept through the entire night. All right. So I wanted to start with I can't remember. This is really difficult for my students, especially those who are living in the United States. The difference between I can, CAN, and I cannot. Now, what do you think I'm saying here? I can't remember. I can't remember. This is actually cannot. Now, I'll let you hear the difference between CAN, I can remember. I can remember. And cannot, I can't remember. I can't remember. This is very difficult in American English. It's much easier, I think, in British English. I can remember. I can. I can remember is yes, I can. I can't remember. We go down a bit with our voice. I can't remember. But in typical English fashion, we actually drop that T sound. So it can be difficult. It can be difficult to hear. I can remember. I can't remember. So I can't remember the last time I slept through the entire night. I slept through the entire night. Again, we drop that T with I slept through, but you can hear that it's in the past tense because I sleep, long E, and in the past I slept with a short E sound. Sleep, slept. Sleep, slept. I slept through the entire night. That means I didn't wake up at all. Now, of course, as parents, we hear the pets, we hear the kids, we hear things moving around in our house. Sometimes we wake up very easily. But when you get to sleep through the entire night, you don't wake up in the middle of the night. So I can't remember the last time I slept through the entire night. What about you, Mark? How'd you sleep?
I actually woke up feeling really well rested this morning. It was lovely. So, I actually woke up feeling really well rested. Well rested. So, the TED, I know EDs are sometimes tricky for students. This one is a TED, so it's pronounced tid. Tid, well rested.
Mhm.
This means I felt fully recovered. I felt fully refreshed. That's my brain and my body. We have slept, we have rested, and we are back to 100%. Well rested also emphasizes that I had a really good sleep and I feel
Mhm.
full of energy. Maybe yesterday was tiring or yesterday was very long, but now I slept. My body rested and recovered. So when I wake up, my energy was back to 100%. I can exercise, I can think, I feel well rested. So I actually woke up feeling really well rested this morning. It was lovely. Lovely, I just wanted to ask about this. Lovely in the UK is quite common. Many things can be lovely. A cup of tea can be lovely. A dinner can be lovely. Food can be lovely. And in this case, a good night's sleep can also be really lovely. Do people use that word very often in the US as well?
I think because we hear a lot of British people use it, especially when we're watching TV and a Netflix show might have more of the British English. It's just a nice word. So I think we use it too, but definitely not as much as you guys use it.
Fair. Also, to circle back to the can
Mm,
and can't, there's the
mm.
British version. I'd argue that it's a bit easier in a British accent. I can remember. I can't. I cannot. I can't remember. So in the British accent, the negative is way longer. I can't remember. Also, the T does disappear as well, like you
Mm.
said. I can't remember. But
Mhm.
you can still tell that it's negative because it's so long. I can't
Mm.
remember.
Can't
Anyway,
remember.
let's carry on. Why do you think you slept so well?
So I've been trying to make a conscious effort to wind down a bit earlier at night, and it's paying off. So I'm going to introduce the vocabulary before I introduce the grammar here. I've been trying to make a conscious effort. A conscious effort. That means that I don't just go through my day without thinking, mindlessly scrolling. You've heard this before in some of our episodes. That means that we're just not thinking. So if we are making a conscious effort, that means we're really trying to think about something. So I've been trying to make a conscious effort, so really think about it, to wind down a bit earlier at night. If I'm making a conscious effort, then instead of just scrolling on my phone at night, I'm thinking, oh, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, wake up, wake up. It's 9 o'clock. I really should put my phone away. I should start to wind down a bit earlier. Now, when we have this word to wind, okay, I think of you can wind something up. It is spelled the same as wind, like a windy day, but we pronounce it differently because it has a different meaning. To wind something up, and then to wind down. Think of a toy. When you twist it and you wind it up, it starts, but then when it's finally finished, we wind down. So winding up and winding down. We're going to kind of to the end of our day and we're kind of slowly starting to relax. So I've been trying to make a conscious effort to wind down a bit earlier at night, and it's paying off. If something is paying off, that means I'm putting in the work and I'm receiving a reward or a benefit. It's paying off. I am putting in the work to wind down earlier, and what's my reward? I get a lovely night's sleep. So it's really paying off. Now, I did want to touch a little bit on this grammar. I've been trying to. What's the difference between I've been trying to and I've tried? So we have I have been trying, I have tried. I think the biggest difference between these is one is still going. One is happening now. I've been trying. We started in the past. We have been trying. Each day, each night, I have been trying. I've tried feels like you had this experience, but it's finished. Oh, I've tried to make a conscious effort in the past. That means that you did it, you finished it, it was an experience, but you're not doing it now. So I've been trying to make a conscious effort sounds like I tried it last week. I tried it this week. I tried it last night. I'm still going. So let's continue. Why do you think you slept so well, Mark?
Maybe because I made a point of putting my phone away early last night. I think that helped my brain properly switch off. So, similar to the way Kat said, make a conscious effort, I made a point of putting my phone away. So the main chunk is I made a point of. Those 5 words stay together. I made a point of. And that's the same. I really tried. I really tried to put my phone away. Or I made this a priority, a high priority, because I really didn't want to spend hours scrolling on my phone. So I made a point of putting it down, turning it off, putting my phone on the bedside table and avoiding it and not looking at it. You might hear that I made a point of putting, so it's a gerund. I made a point of doing, I made a point of trying, I made a point of. So that was a top priority for me. I wanted to change my habits and help my sleep. The reason it worked is I think that helped my brain properly switch off. Switch off. You probably know switch off from a computer or the lights. Switch off the computer, switch off the lights. I think in modern times, we use language about technology to describe humans too, because there are a few other examples I can think of. Switch off is to calm down, to rest and relax. You might go on holiday to switch off, just relax your mind. You might hear, I'm not feeling 100%. 100%, you kind of think of a battery or a technology, but we're talking about our health. My brain shut down in the middle of a meeting. Again, you shut down a computer, my brain shuts down too. Or if you're tired and you need to rest, you might say, I need to recharge my batteries. Like my energy is my batteries, like my phone battery. So these days you hear a lot of phrases, especially about wellness or your well-being. We'll use these tech phrases like a computer. So I think switching off my phone and putting my phone away helped my brain properly switch off. Properly might be another example of a more British phrase. It means really or fully switch off. But I think I naturally use it more, properly switch off. I went on a holiday and I could properly relax. Like I really didn't do anything. Or we properly laughed. Like we really laughed fully, loudly, and deeply. Do people say this in the States that often?
No, even when I try to say, oh, we had a proper laugh, like I can't even release a proper laugh. It just doesn't sound as nice. Maybe, I did it properly, do it correctly. Definitely, we do use this word. But again, it's one of those ones that, oh, we had a proper laugh. I just imagine it in a more of a British accent.
Yes, we're drinking tea with our little top hats. Yes, a proper
this is
laugh.
a proper laugh at tea time today.
Yes, properly had a properly nice tea. Fair enough. So maybe that's more common in the UK. Anyway, how did you feel when you woke up?
I drifted off to sleep and woke up just before my alarm went off, feeling really refreshed. So we've got quite a bit of vocabulary in this one. Drifted off, woke up, feeling refreshed. My alarm went off. Okay, so drifted off. Now, to drift is when a boat is just kind of being carried by the wind, carried by the water. You're not really trying to do anything. You're not really trying to move it. So if you just drift off, you just slowly fall asleep. Okay, so if you're even the sound of my voice, you're drifting off. So I drifted off to sleep and woke up just before my alarm went off. Just before my alarm went off. Don't you love that feeling when you wake up and you think, wait, what time is it? And you look at your phone and your alarm goes off a few minutes later. You wake up just before your alarm went off. Now, you set your alarm the night before, and when the alarm rings in the morning, we often use the word goes off. My alarm goes off. My alarm went off. Then, just like Mark was talking about, this idea of feeling refreshed. We actually use this a lot. If you have something wrong with your computer, you hit that little button that's a circle and you refresh the page, okay? So refresh means to freshen again. So when you are feeling tired, you go to bed and you wake up feeling re-energized, refreshed, then you get to start the day with a fresh new day, feeling energized, feeling much less tired than you did before. So what about you, Mark? How did you feel when you woke up?
I slept through the night and woke up feeling really refreshed. My eyes just popped open and I basically sprang out of bed. So again, I've borrowed two of Cat's phrases as well. They're the perfect phrase.
I didn't even notice when you wrote your phrase.
Yeah, I slept through the night. So I slept until the morning. I didn't wake up in the night. I didn't go to the bathroom. I didn't drink any water. I closed my eyes. And the next time I opened my eyes, it was the morning. I slept through the night. You could say this, we slept through the night. We drank through the night. That would be drinking or partying until the sunrise. So through the night is a preposition for that. So I slept through the night and woke up feeling really refreshed. There's a good chunk of grammar here. Woke up feeling, and then how you felt. So you can change this. I woke up feeling tired. I woke up feeling great. If you listen to our previous episode, I woke up feeling groggy. Remember that one? So I woke up feeling. This is technically a noun phrase, but it's a really good chunk where you can change your mood and keep the rest of the words the same. So I woke up feeling really refreshed. My eyes just popped open and I basically sprang out of bed. So my eyes just popped open. If you remember season 1, we said things like pop to the supermarket or pop to the post office, and pop means do it quickly. So if my eyes pop open, then they open quickly. You might also say this about a bottle. If you shake a bottle, it pops open. A button on your shirt might pop open. And so my eyes popped open. They opened really quickly. And this is meant to be a sign that I was rested and refreshed. I woke up and instantly I was fully awake. I didn't slowly open my eyes and it was difficult to even look at my phone. My eyes popped open, like I was awake instantly. And then I basically sprang out of bed. Sprang is the past tense of spring. Spring can be to jump. And this is a very playful, happy word. You might see children or little rabbits, little bunnies springing across the field. But I can use this about myself. I sprang out of bed. I got out of bed very quickly. I threw the sheets off and I sprang out of bed. So I was standing up and I felt full of energy and really well rested. So let's move on to the next question. How were the kids on this smooth morning?
The kids were suspiciously in a good mood too. There must be something in the water, or maybe it's a full moon. I don't know. So when we describe unusual or weird or different behavior, sometimes we use they were suspiciously in a good mood. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm suspicious. I'm wondering why they're in a good mood. Do they want something? Do they need something? Why are they in a good mood? So the
Did
kids
they
were
break something?
are you being nice to me because you broke something? So we're a little bit suspicious, just kind of not completely believing them. So to be in a good mood, okay? If you are in a good mood, you're feeling happy, feeling good, you are in a good mood. You can also be in a bad mood. A bad mood might be sad, angry, unhappy in some way. So I'm in a good mood. The kids are in a good mood. I don't know why they're in a good mood. There must be something in the water. This is a fun phrase that I like to use and a lot of people use, especially if a group of people are doing something a little different than normal. If everyone's in a good mood, is there something? Is everyone drinking the water and somehow everyone's really happy today? Or, there must be something in the water. Everyone's in a bad mood. Everyone's in a bad mood this afternoon. So this is kind of a fun way to try to explain why everyone's doing something a little bit different than normal. Then here's one more phrase to do that exact thing. Or maybe it's a full moon. Maybe it's a full moon. Now, a full moon means that you can see the entire circle of the moon. So a full moon usually means that people are behaving a little bit differently. They've changed their actions sometimes. So these are two fun phrases to explain why someone or a group of people might be acting differently. There's something in the water. Maybe it's a full moon. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about for you? Yes?
Yeah, sorry. I don't want to make my hometown sound terrible, but they did a small documentary on my hometown about the bars and the drinking and the partying. And they said at the weekend that there was a full moon and the police literally increase their numbers. They put more police on the streets because they said it's a full moon this weekend and it's Friday night.
Suspicious.
Yeah, they
Suspicious.
genuinely thought that people would drink more, party more, maybe fight more, and the full moon would somehow like change them.
Make everyone crazy.
Yeah, they basically blamed the moon on it. And that went
Really
on
common.
TV. Sure, so it must be a full moon. Like people are acting differently or acting worse than normal. So,
There
yeah,
must
when you
be
can't
something
explain
in
it.
the water, or maybe it's a full moon. That would be two good phrases, because sometimes we're a bit superstitious. We're thinking, why? Why are we all acting this way at the same time?
Right, yeah, why did this change suddenly? Anyway, so for my kids, thankfully, the kids were nice and cooperative this morning during breakfast, so we left the house on a really positive note. So thankfully, the kids were nice and cooperative. Cooperative is the adjective. They cooperated with me, so they listened to me. They did what I told them. Maybe they even helped me a little bit, like the kids ate their breakfast and then put the bowl in the sink. Wow, that's very cooperative. I'm also using a really common pairing, nice and cooperative. Nice and cooperative. Nice means we liked it and it was good for us. And we often use a couple of words, nice and something else. So if you're talking about the weather, oh, how was the weather? Yeah, it was nice and sunny. Or you made dinner. Yeah, I made something nice and easy. Or you run a bath. Yeah, yes, the water always nice and warm. So the kids were nice and cooperative. Another one, if you're talking about food, it's nice and filling. So we're using these extra words, we're adding them in. They don't really change the meaning much, but nice just makes you know that I really enjoyed it. And it's a very common pairing. Again, do people in the States do that as well?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, don't worry about it. It's nice and easy. You'll get it for sure. Oh, yeah, it's nice. And I'd never really thought about that before. I was thinking of nice and easy, but we do it actually for other pairings as well. Nice and, nice and good. Like it's
Yeah,
kind
we'll
of like
go
saying
nice and
it's
slowly.
nice and slow. We'll go nice and slow. And it's not that we're being nice. It's not that we're being friendly. It's just we're saying, yes, it's at a good pace, nice and slow, nice and easy, nice and easy.
Yeah, we just put it together. So we left the house on a really positive note. So on a really positive note. Note is the tone, and tone is the mood. So we left on a positive note is we left in a good mood. You can also do this in a bad way. We left the house on a bad note. So we left the house in a bad mood. You might hear a phrase that we started on a bad note. Maybe I was late to our meeting, or I made a silly joke and they didn't like it. So we started on a bad note. That means, yeah, the atmosphere or the mood of everybody was bad. But luckily, the kids were nice and cooperative, so we left the house on a really positive note. Okay, did you have any more lines about your children?
I did. I added this line in because I feel like I can hear other parents saying this. Get this. For once, they packed their bags and sorted out their clothes the night before, so we actually left the house on time. Imagine that. There are lots of little phrases in this. Let's start with get this. Get this. This is a good starter for when, hey, listen to this. You won't believe it. Get this. I'm about to tell you something you might be surprised to hear. For once they packed their bags and sorted out their clothes the night before. Now, I am saying that they packed their bags and sorted out their clothes, but I added the phrase for once, meaning they don't usually do that. I ask them, I tell them, hey, you should pack your bags. You should sort your clothes out so we can have some time in the morning. They never do it. But for once, this morning, they actually did it. So, surprisingly, for once, they actually packed their bags and sorted out their clothes the night before. So, we actually left the house on time. Finally, we left the house on time. Now, this last phrase, imagine that. This is a phrase that we often use with a bit of sarcasm. Think Chandler Bing from Friends. Anything he says, he usually means the opposite. Imagine that. Imagine that is like, oh, I'm so surprised. Wow. If you pack your bag the night before you leave the house on time, what a wild, crazy idea. So I'm saying this with a bit of sarcasm. My kids don't normally listen to me. They don't get their bags sorted. They don't sort out their clothes in the morning. And so we're usually late. But guess what? If you do it, we're on time. Imagine that. So it's just a bit of sarcasm because as parents, you tell your kids to do the right thing. You know the right thing for them to do. They don't always listen to you. But imagine that. What mom said was actually true. What mom said actually worked. So imagine that.
Right. So my husband said he would cook dinner and he actually did it. Like, imagine that.
Ah, surprise. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Can you believe
surprising.
it?
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? All right. So let me ask you a little bit about your commute. How was your commute this morning?
It felt like there wasn't even a single car on my way to work. So I arrived in good time. So yes, another part of my good morning is I drove to work easily and there wasn't a lot of traffic. I didn't get stuck in long traffic jams or at lots of traffic lights. It felt like there wasn't even a single car on the road. So even shows my surprise. There wasn't even a single car. Usually there are lots of cars or there is lots of traffic. But today I was surprised that it was the total opposite. There wasn't even a single car. A single, like one. There wasn't even one car on the road. So, one tricky word I want to highlight. On the road, on my way to work. The trick I tell my students is imagine work is like another city. Like I go to London, I go to New York, I go to work. This helps you avoid saying at or the when you don't need to work. So I drive to work, I drive to London. I commute to work, I commute to London. If someone's calling you in the car, they say, oh, where are you going? To work. Or the same way, where are you going? To London. So that's an easy way to remember the preposition or the article. It's just to work. It's like another city that you live, that you work in. Hopefully you don't live there. You just work there. Anyway, what about your commute? How was it?
Even the drive to work was a breeze. So just like Mark, this word even, I'm kind of using it as a, well, this happened, and even this happened. Surprisingly, this little thing. Wow, on top of that, the drive to work was a breeze. Even the drive to work was a breeze. Everything was good. I'm a little suspicious as to why. So even the drive to work was a breeze. Same thing, to work. Even the drive to work. Now, my commute, I am driving my car. So the drive is my commute. The drive to work, the route, the path that I take to work was a breeze. It was a breeze. And if something is a breeze, it's easy. Easy peasy, easy breezy. Okay, so we use these phrases a lot. I use them. Easy peasy, easy breezy. It was a breeze. It was a breeze, meaning it was just so simple, so easy, so smooth, like a breeze, like a light breeze, which is just kind of wind, but light and smooth and calming. It was a breeze. All right, let's tie this up. Here we go. Now you're here in the office. Tell me a bit more about that, where you are right now.
So now I'm here in the office, wide awake and in good spirits. If only every morning was like this. So I have finished my commute. I am here in the office. Important article here, the office. That is the only office I work in, the one office of my job. So when you say the office, I understand that you're talking about the one that you normally work in. So I'm here in the office, wide awake. Wide awake is really refreshed and really rested. You can say awake, I am awake, but that means just my eyes are open and I can speak and I can think a bit. But wide awake means I am alert, I am ready, I am fully switched on. I'm ready to solve problems, to work, to do things. I'm wide awake. So I'm wide awake and I'm in good spirits. In good spirits. I'm in a good mood. It even has the same preposition, which is easy. I'm in good mood. I'm in good spirits. So maybe I'm talking to my colleagues. I'm happy to chat with them about their morning or their weekend. If someone gives me a task, I'm like, yes, sure, I can do that. I'm in good spirits. If only every morning was like this. The first two words, if only. If only every morning was like this. If only means I wish every morning was like this. Because, to be honest, not every morning is perfect. Not every morning goes this smoothly or this well, but I can dream and I can imagine, if only. If only every morning was. That's the past tense because I am changing reality. I'm using my imagination. So I have to use the past tense, just like the second conditional. So if only every morning was like this. You can also use this as a good reply. If somebody says, oh, yeah, there was no traffic this morning, you can say, wow, if only it was always like that. Or someone says, yeah, the weather was really nice this weekend. Oh, yeah, if only it was always that sunny. That means it's not usually that sunny, but we can dream, we can wish, if only it was always 25 degrees with no clouds. So not every morning is perfect. So if only every morning was like this. I want a smooth morning every morning. I can dream. Anyway, now you're at work too. How are you feeling?
Oh, I hope we can keep it going. So I said the words, I don't know. I don't know. It's almost because I'm still a little confused as to why we had such a good morning. So, I don't know. I don't know why. But I hope we can keep it going. So to keep something going means to continue. I hope that we have nice, easy mornings every morning. Maybe we can try to make this part of our routine. I hope we can keep it going. I hope every morning is like this. I hope we can keep it going.
Right. Okay. That's all the best lines and expressions and vocabulary of both of our scripts. Hopefully this helps you talk about your own mornings, especially if they are good mornings. We know, like we said, that not all mornings are perfect. So if you want to learn to talk about the rough or difficult mornings, you can check out the previous episode, which is episode 1, and learn to talk about the opposite side where things are a bit difficult. But in the comments today, please let us know if you have had a good morning so far. Did you spring out of bed? Are you wide awake? Are you feeling rested? See if you can use some of the vocabulary from this lesson in the comments below. We read every single one and we reply to all of them. So, yeah, send us a message. We'll get back to you ASAP.
Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you for our very next episode on Wednesday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.